Alright, so I got a request to do a lesson for Downswing by Superheaven, which I actually haven't covered yet on my channel, but I probably will soon. It's a pretty fun song, not very hard, so I'm going to show you, there's 4 or 5 parts, and that's about it. Basically, the whole song is half step down, so E flat. You don't really need any effects, just, if you have a clean channel, or if you use a distortion pedal, you can switch between clean and gain, but that's about it. So I'm gonna start off with the intro riff, and then I'm gonna play it first, and then I'm gonna break it down for you guys. Okay, so basically the intro riff is one main lick and you play it 4 times. So you start the entire thing off with a bend, and I'm going to show you each section kind of separately, but it's one main riff with 2 different tails. They start the song off, and the whole intro riff is on the D string and the G string, so you're going to stay on those 2. And you go, and I'm sorry if the fretboard's a little hard to see from the light, but you go over to the 8th fret of the G and you do this bend here. That's just to start the song, it doesn't really come back. And then you're gonna go up to the top of your fretboard and slide down to the 6th fret of the D. So it's like, and that note there is the beginning of the intro riff at each time. So you wanna go, then you're gonna go down to the 8th fret again on the G string, and then go up to the 9th on the D, and then back to the G string on the 6th fret. And those 4 notes are the main lick. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna play that. That's the bulk of the riff, the 4 times in the intro. The second time has like a tail little lick after it, and the 4th time he doesn't play the whole thing. So you're gonna play the first time, the second time you're going to play the same thing without the first bend, and then go on the D string, 2nd fret, slide up to 4 and back to 2, so it sounds like this. So the first 2 times it's, sorry, that was sloppy. Then the 3rd time is the same, just normal, it's just, and the 4th time you do it, you're going to go. So that 4th time, it's the same first note, that 6th fret on the D string. You're going to go up to the G string and go 4, 6, and then 2 on the D, up to 4. That's how it ends. So the whole thing, it's the bend, then slide, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, tail, 1, 2, 3, 4, slide, then. That's the main intro riff, and that comes back after the first chorus and at the end of the song. I know that was kind of long to go through, and I hope I explained it well enough, but it's not hard, but it's kind of weird the first time until you learn it, so I just wanted to go through that. Then they go right into the verse, and the chords kind of sound like this. Oh, whoops. So it's just 3 power chords. You're gonna go open E string, and then 2nd fret of the A and the D. So like an E power chord, but E flat, because it's half step. So it's, and then you're gonna hit the open E and B strings. So it's kind of like, and then I play weird. I play with my pinky and my index finger, but you guys can play it however you want. But then they play, it's a basically like a B power chord, but you're gonna so it's like 2nd fret of the A and then 4th fret of the D and G, but you're also gonna fret the E string on the second fret, so it sounds like this. And then you're going to slide that up a step, so it's 4 4 6 6. So it's 2 2 4 4 4 4 6 6. So it goes. That's like the main three chords, and then the second and fourth time you play it, you're going to hit those high open strings on the last chord as well. So the first time it's. The second time is. And then, you know, do that twice. That's the verse. And then the pre-chorus, you're going to play on the, well, you can play the A here. I play it up here. 5 7 7, starting on the E string. And they do that, you know, twice, and it's just 5 7 7, then back to this, you know, 4 4 6 6, and then up to 2 4 4, like F sharp, and then the second time they slide it up to this 4 6 6 just on the lower string. So it's that's just the pre-chorus, and then it goes into the chorus, which is kind of weird, but it's basically like contains the first three chords I showed you for the verse, but they hit an octave up here, so it's gonna sound like this. So basically what you're going to want to do there is you want to hit that E power chord, and then after you hit that, kind of let it ring, the top string ring, and you're going to hit an octave that's going to be the 6th fret of the A string, and then mute this middle string here, and then 8th fret of the G string. So it's, but you can kind of keep that open string instead of muting that. So it's, so they play it like, and then they go back up to this slide with the open too. So it's like, so it's kind of like the same thing as the verse, sort of, except instead of keeping the keep strumming the first chord and hit the open strings, you let that top string ring open and hit that octave. So it's, so you know, again, the chords are open, E string, 2nd fret on the A and D. Then the octave, which is you're gonna keep the open E string and hit 6 on the A string, mute the D string, and then 8th fret of the G. You don't really have to leave that E if you want to hear it more clearly, but it kind of gets lost in the mix anyway. That's why these are hard to pick out by ear. And then you go back up 2 2 4 4, slide to 4 4 6 6 on the E, A, D, and G. And you can throw that in there. And that's essentially the whole bulk of the song. After that, they kind of go into like the intro riff again and the second verse, which is going to be like just the bass for the first part. And the second part, you're going to get the guitar comes back in, same riff as the first verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then there's like a bridge where they play the chorus chords with like just a clean setting, and they use like a micro amp. I have an EP booster. It kind of does a similar thing. You get a little bit of sparkle and grit on your clean channel, so it's not like perfectly clean. And that part they play, they don't use the octave, that clean little bridge section, so it sounds like. So you kind of just get, you know, like that E chord, that open 2 2, and you can kind of throw this high strings in there, so you can mute the G string and get the high E and B, so it's then the same. And they play that a couple times, and then, you know, the riff comes in with the bend. That's basically the whole song, and I'm sorry if I went through this fast. I know it's kind of like a 10-minute video already, so I was trying to run through it fast. That's why I was watching the time. But you know, if you have questions, I can try to break it down through comments or messages or whatever. But that's basically the whole song. It's not too tricky. I know it's just kind of hard to pick out by ear because Superheaven does a lot of these chords where they have like the low, you know, stuff like that. And some people might not be familiar with the band, so they don't know the tuning. But that's essentially it. I'll probably do a cover of this pretty soon. Probably not tonight, but maybe within this week, whenever I have time and I'm off work to sit down and fool around and upload it. But let me know if that helped for the person who requested it and for anyone else watching. And any more lessons on covers I do, or you know, those bands or whatever, let me know and I can probably put them up fairly quickly. So thanks for watching, hope this helped, and enjoy.